just looking at some terms when it comes to pyramids. A regular pyramid is a right pyramid. What that means is that the pyramid does not slant over, okay? And also, so it's not slanted, all right? And also, the other thing is the apex, which is the very top of the pyramid, is directly above the center of the base, okay? So if it wasn't a regular pyramid, the apex or the top might not be at the center of the base. So because here is the center of the base, and if I draw a little dotted line up, we reach the apex of the pyramid, okay? So that's a right pyramid. If it's not a right pyramid, it means the center, the apex or the top of the pyramid is not in the center of the base. It's off center, okay? So the good thing about that, when the apex is in the center of the base, it means that, for example, if this is a square pyramid, that all the triangle faces will be the same. That's the good thing about having the apex at the center, directly above the center of the base. Now, see that dotted line there, the black one? So we've got our apex at the top. This dotted line here, if we draw it in another color, red, it's called the perpendicular height or the altitude of the pyramid. Now, you would have heard the word altitude with planes. All right, so it's the distance from the base. It's the distance from the base. Sorry, and get that off. It's the distance from the center of the base to the apex. That's the perpendicular height or the altitude of the pyramid. So that's your perpendicular height or your altitude. This is a new one, the slant height. Now the slant height is in the center of one of those. It's the distance from the apex to the center of one of those, down the center of those triangles that are coming up from the base. Okay, it is not this distance there. It is not the distance of the edge. It's not the edge distance. The slant height is in the middle of that triangular face that's coming up from the base to the apex. So that's the slant height there, okay? So in the questions we were doing, sometimes we were given the slant height, but sometimes we were given this length of the edge of two joining triangles. So reason you want the slant height is when you work out the area of one of these triangular faces on the side, isn't it half the base times that perpendicular height, which is the slant height of the pyramid, okay? I think you can do is just try and draw the last diagram and put in the slant height. You can label the perpendicular height and you can label the apex and you can label this as the center of the base, okay?